everyone. I am Christine, and I have a super enraging story here. Thing is, I'm going to tell you about my parents being a bit traditionalist about upbringing girls, and me having a hard battle against it. So, if you want to hear about inequality and unfairness, this is my story. I lived together with my parents and my older brother, Ed. He is just a couple of years older than me, and now we are both teenagers. My parents are very nice towards both of us, but this niceness is not the same towards me and towards him. Both my parents are more about a traditional approach towards family values. A man is the head of the family, the breadwinner, and a woman is obeying him. It is not as horrible as it sounds. I respect the choice of my parents. Unfortunately, it becomes a big problem when it comes to raising children. Don't think that Ed and me hate each other. He is a very good, caring brother, and I love him a lot. But I also envy him a great deal. Point is, since my early childhood, my parents have always been strict towards me. I was supposed to have a well-scheduled day, diligent studies, domestic chores, a couple of hours out with some approved girl-playing dolls under my parents' supervision. And home, not later than 7 p.m. It all sounds okay until you saw Ed, who actually got to do whatever he liked with whoever he liked at any time of the day. I actually couldn't understand what's the drastic difference between me and Ed. Okay, he is a boy and is a couple of years older, but we basically had the same needs. To relax, to chill, sometimes to disobey. However, life wasn't that simple. Take housework, for example. Ed could have a rest whenever he liked. I was supposed to do domestic chores every day, even if I was tired or not in the mood. When Ed ate something, Mom called me to wash his dishes. Excuse me, why can't he do it? These are his dishes. My mom responded, he is a man and doesn't need to do anything at home. It's our female duty. What? I heard that we had social equality, and Ed didn't actually object to washing his dishes on his own, but Mom insisted. What should I do? There were, of course, many other cases when I had a proof of different understanding of what boys and girls could and couldn't do. Ed had lots of friends, male, female, and, well, he lived a normal life of a teenager without any limitations. He could come home whenever he wanted, and Dad just asked how the evening had been. I could have only female friends, approved by my mom personally. And believe me, she approved only the most boring girls. I was once 5 minutes late, and when I came home, Mom grounded me for a couple of days because you need to obey. Okay, I couldn't help but ask what the reason was for that difference. And Mom explained me her vision of the world. See, Christine, boys leave the parents very early and live their lives. A girl, on the other hand, normally helps her parents and takes care of her own family when she gets married. So she needs to be disciplined and to know how to do anything about the house. It seemed that my mom was talking somewhere from the 18th century. I was trying to ask questions like, why can't men and women divide house chores? Or why can't a woman relax and come home at 10 p.m. instead of 8? What's the difference? But Mom was talking discipline, obedience, and decency. That, to be honest, didn't seem the most thrilling things in the world. That is why I grew up with a very strong sense of justice and equality. I don't want to complain too much about my parents. They are very affectionate towards me, and I can trust them thoroughly. However, the thing I know best is that for me, it is crucial not to support the same values they have passed me, even if it is sad to say things like that. When I was growing older, I felt in the cage that didn't grow together with me. That is why at some point I decided to push the boundaries. But I didn't want to oppose my parents directly. They are good, caring parents and don't deserve a rebellion. I had a different idea. As a junior in high school, I decided that I would study a lot and get involved into a lot of extracurricular activities dealing with human rights and social integration. Why? Because I felt that my ambition in life would be to enter into law school and become a civil and human rights advocate. I have seen myself how limiting stereotypes may be for a person and wanted to apply my own experience in my future life. My parents had a different idea. They thought I would go to some college in our town and then become a teacher of some humanities subject. They felt it was the right thing to do for a girl who wants to make a calm and happy life. Oh, you should have seen their faces when I informed them that I am going to apply for a university in a big city, and if everything goes right, I will leave them and study something absolutely non-feminine in their understanding. It was a tragedy for them. But what should I have done? I have grown up an ambitious young woman. If I had had a different character, I would probably become a submissive and obedient daughter. But I am not ready to give up my principles because my parents see it differently. It has been a heavy blow for my parents. They didn't think I could be that determined to achieve my goal. I am now doing lots of volunteering in social centers, and I see that they disapprove. But my brother Ed is the family member who gives me a huge support, and I thank him for that. However, I think my parents will see after all that they can be proud of me for my determination, and in some way, it is to their merit that I have grown to be the person I am now. Hope none of you has a story like mine, but if you do, please share it in the comments. Put a like if you think I'm doing the right thing.